As a child in the National School, we grew up learning about what the monks that came out to Skellig Michael had to endure. But nothing really prepares you for it. This is really jaw-dropping. It's absolutely spectacular. I'm privileged to be minister with responsibility for it. So I wanted to come out here in advance of the opening up that we have been able to secure through the OPW for visitors to be able to come back to Skellig Michael, because I understand the massive importance that it is to South and West Kerry and to the wider national tourism industry. It is a place that has obviously exploded in terms of its people's knowledge of it around the world, but it is a very fragile place. What was the purpose of coming out here? Escapism?
This was to worship God and get as close to God as possible.
We were just saying coming up the way there, this is a Gothic cathedral.
Absolutely.
Nature built as opposed to man-made Gothic cathedral. All it's missing is the gargoyles.
Absolutely.
And to them this was the next best thing that they could have in terms of closeness to God.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, it started off as the monks' home, then the lighthouse keepers, became their home. Now it's kind of, in a way, it's your home. You're custodians of it. You're minding it for the next generation. But it's your home too. And like, if those stones could talk, though, what stories would they tell? But the workmanship of what went into it. No engineering, no spirit levels, no machinery, no nothing. It took hundreds of years to build this monastery and all of the works associated with it. So it does take time to mind it.
This wall here is the retaining wall, one of the main retaining walls of the monastery. There's a history of collapse here of these walls, and OPW have carried out extensive repairs of this over the years. But there is movement in the wall. We've had surveys carried out, so we're going to have to get a contingency plan together for rebuilding this wall should it collapse.
Without the OPW, this place would probably have disappeared. Landslides and slippages would have just washed it into the sea. We're just very fortunate as an organisation to be able to say we're just minding it. For what? To hand it on to the next generation. Yeah. And that's what it's about, and that's what the OPW is about. Is the timber structure going on? How is this?
It's already prefabricated inside the workshop.
All ready to be brought up by boat, is it? Male and female or single sex? Or?
Male and female.
Male. And sometimes we have to do a double coating. We have to run the coat and finish coat.
How long are you here in Garret?
We came.
Are you here a couple of years or?
About 13, 14 years now.
Are you?
Yeah. Well, Pat is here. 30 years.
How long are you here?
33 years, yeah.
There's monks that didn't last as long as you. Wow, look at this.
So that's the Upper Lighthouse Road that we've been working on for 3 or 4 years. So it's safe now to get visitors all the way up there.
Gotten to visit some lovely sites around the country and to visit some great towns and communities, but this is by far the most stunning and awesome place I've probably been in my life.
The men and women of the OPW, the guides, the conservation workers, the architects, the stonemasons, the people who come out here and spend months living out here, and they live out here in all sorts of weather. We owe them a lot.
We're here at the Upper Lighthouse at Skellig Michael, and it was a ruin in 1870 when the Irish Lights abandoned it. And we want to turn this into a visitor attraction, highlighting 19th century lighthouse architecture. But we also want to put in accommodation here because we are very much under pressure here for accommodation for OPW guides and staff. So it'll have a dual purpose.
This is a 19th century site, but it needs to have a future. And that future is now being designed by the OPW in conjunction with our partners across government. The work that's going on here quietly, painstakingly through the Office of Public Works really is something to be seen. This is a magnificent place. This is a World Heritage Site. This is a UNESCO site. Something to behold and something that as Irish people we can be so proud of.